Hey guys, this is Kirop speaking, and today we are back in automation with the Rilma update and the Turburger Autowerke, who currently are struggling to figure out how to progress with their super premium model. Everything seems to be fine with the continuation of what has started with the Ebenhafen and then continued with the Wiental, but the super luxury version with a V12, that is on the line and potentially is being cut. Let's have another look and let's figure it out. The Karlstadt is all set up. The Feinbrunn looks like it's set up, but it actually is not. Let's open up the Feinbrunn and take a look. So there are two main issues: production cost and engineering. The engineering is pointing to that we do need some more time for the V12 if we were going for it. As well as the production costs would be around 30 to 35,000 per engine if we were to outsource them. That is not viable. The emissions are fine so far, and everything is looking all right there. But if we downscale, on the other hand, and just use an inline 6, almost said inline 8, not quite time for that yet, then, well, it is cheaper. It's still 15,000 per engine, 13,000 to 15,000 per engine, but we lose over 10 in prestige, and we would be able to probably sell them at this higher price point, but is it what we really want to do? They also have to run the exhaust reactor, which is kind of crap. Overall, it's not great. Maybe the solution, or one of the solutions, would be, let me propose this. We do it properly, but we delay the release of this for about 1.5 years. Let's have another quick look at, that gives us more engineering time, as well as the potential to build a new small one engine factory so that we can build our own V12s. Also, if we have a quick look here, we can then engineer this with the two-way catalytic converter in mind. And I guess we could use a screw supercharger as well as a nice upgrade. So that is one option that I'm seeing. The other option might be to compensate the worse engine, which is very much engineerable if you go for the inline 6, with an upgraded interior where we use a phonograph as well as the handmade luxury interior. That would probably bump up comfort and prestige to offset some of that engine loss. That could be viable as well, but it would still incur the much higher production costs of the engine. So there's one thing that I want to try out. I take the Adelberg and pretend that I'm going to build a new engine factory and put it in there, just to see how much it would cost. And we put it at normal sliders so that we see what it actually will be like. Alright, let's go for medium plot size. No. This factory is going to stay small. So this, and maintenance. 100 million, yes. And now, okay. With proper sliders, this is looking extremely feasible in terms of engine cost per unit. This is like half the price of the outsourced inline 6. And that is including the tooling. But it assumes a production volume of 52 engines per month, which is very optimistic. And 126 million is also quite the number. So what do we think about this? I think we do it properly. But we will have to use the revenue from the new model to finance this factory. I'm just going through and re-optimizing the engines to make sure this is all the way we want them to be. But one thing I'm not quite clear on is how much weight this all adds This engine seemed very, very heavy. Because if you look here, it was on double reverse flow and then a little larger here to make 300, something like this. And that's 411 kilograms. If I look here, that's adding 76 kilograms, the exhaust reactors. One each side. Now let's do this. It still needs 2 exhaust reactors in practice. But let's see if we can get away with just one here. That's 340 kilograms. And maybe make the exhaust a little smaller as well. 300 horsepower, 340. So we are saving like 100 kilos. That seems rather significant, I would say. And for a performance engine, certainly not a bad thing. And I'm going for a single exhaust on both of them. Because, I mean, the carburetor... Oh, this one is not supposedly struggling quite as much now. Oh, no, not on the luxury version. That's fine. On the GT version, it's struggling hard. But I'm saving like 15 kilos by doing this, keeping my reverse flow. I'm losing a little bit of loudness here, so it's getting slightly louder. 2 points. I think that's perfectly acceptable. How much would handmade give us extra in prestige and comfort? Well, they're 5 points each. And that is pretty much what I said earlier on with the inline 6. If we were to go for the inline 6, then we would have to go for the handmade in order to make up the 10-point difference in prestige. As this would be the 10-point difference made up. So either we go all out or we go nowhere. I got rid of the remaining brake fade as well. We had like 1.5% in sportiness, or 2.5 total combined. And yeah, with a little brake airflow and 1 extra in quality here, I think that does the trick. 32 months for this. I think we have to take it though. We should invest into a design studio very soon. Because each step here is like 1 extra point in prestige for this high up, as you see there, back and forth. When we produce these, we might want to get the leather works as well to reduce it to the standard production flag. The limited production instead that luxury has, instead of the no mass production. Which in turn requires a small factory, because tiny factories cannot have that. But now the most important part that I'm wondering is, how quick is it around the test track? Our sports coupe was 224, I believe. Let's see how quick this one is. I think it would be slower. It definitely isn't slower on the straight. And that is a 220. So slightly faster. Okay, interesting. This setup now looks, when you take it as a no, we are going to delay it by at least a year, this is looking way more healthy than before. So the car, yes, 45 months. Tooling is shit, but pressure is at 0. And all the other sliders are correct. We do get a pretty big hit in reliability there, just because of the tooling as well. But that's fine. Then everything else seems alright. This is viable. And then we have the engine. That one looks like it's fine now as well. So at maximum learning, we can have a tooling of... there, 22. I really do want to consider to pull back on the funding though. This is slightly punishing. 30 million. I do prefer 18. Let's double check the car. Yeah, same story there. All right. 19 million instead of 29. Also preferable. And of course, we need to consider that there is going to be a secondary facelift, which is going to be probably 1.5 years instead of the just 1 year that we have in mind for the other, for our main model, the Karlstadt, that is going to sell like hotcakes. And this one can be a little bit longer in the oven, which means that the tooling is probably going to go to like 25-ish. and the process can come back up to 50. Pressure will have to increase. Oh, also another note is that we do have the logistics points to cover new factories. We don't really need... well, we can probably sell our Tannenstein and build a larger one for the Karlstadt, and the Adelberg takes over the Greifingen factory. And we already have the large plot for the car factory that's lying around, so it's only factory costs. And let's figure out how much such a factory would cost to produce this. It would be a small one. Maybe I checked it out last time as well, but it would be a small one. And it would have leather works, because that makes the flag go away. Or does it? Handmade parts, chassis? Well, we need to confirm this. Ah, there are the production flags. Limited production, handmade. And here we have the phonograph. Yes. And if we do not have the leatherworks, then it's 2 yellows. Alright, so it is working. The production efficiencies look terrible right now because the engineering tooling is absolute garbage. So this is going to drop a lot, even by just increasing that slider to 25 or something. So it all comes out as 32 million. Yeah, okay. That's a lot for a small factory. Could be worse. We could be making a galvanized chassis so that these precious cars are not actually rusting away like crazy. That would then add another 20 million. Damn, I really need to revamp the galvanization, or rather the environmental resistance thing for Terso, because currently it sucks ass. Like, it doesn't do much. Which is a shame, because this is so important in real life. So, of course, we're going to remove that one again, because we don't need it. And just checking that everything seems to be in order. Yes. Very good. This one goes to 169. So if we were to slap on like 1.5 years on top of that as a facelift, then I think we should be good. That allows us to build the factories that are required as well, because they are on 13 months each. That is 150 million. Even more. Yeah, about 150 million or 140 million in just factory construction costs for the 2 small factories. And you know what? I think we will have the problem of producing too few cars to get any kind of engine production load on our small one factory. These are just going to be too expensive. So what I'm thinking about is to make a proper sports car version of the Karlstadt, our lower down model, which then has the upscaled engine and costs a lot more because of that, but still is so affordable because it has premium interior. A premium for the plebs. And I think that one would sell really well, especially in markets that don't have capacity taxes. Unfortunate for the Floridians to not get such a nice model, but I mean, it's their fault. So we should get all the warnings here. That is correct. And we are going to ignore them because it is indeed a prototype. This one needs to get deleted. Yes, delete the project. Bam, you're gone. This is another no-loan situation that we are in. We do need to keep our costs up so that Mr. Taxman is unhappy as can be. But hopefully it doesn't bankrupt us. But this is spread out enough. Like, that's less than 1 million a month. So let's hope this plan works, because I'm signing it off. And what we now need to start thinking about is a factory refresh of these. Like, no changes, just a factory refresh. That does need some planning. How about we do the factory refresh in 66? Because you see, that would have been 4.5 years worth of production. And we would have about 4 years to go at that point. So if we do it mid-66, that should be fine. How about placing it somewhere there? So we ask them to build some stock, if they can. Yes, they can. And once we hit that date, we are going to press that factory refresh button, and no customers will be canceling pre-orders because they will be at 0 and no sales will be lost. Okay, now let's take a month to see how everything is going. Yep, alright. The engineering costs are pretty high now. And our costs are increasing ever so slightly because we have the slow stock accumulation order in place. Oh, we should take a look at our R&D, of course. I forgot that we had the new slot, so I've just ticked a few months. That's fine, it's fine. But if we take a look here, and you see this puny little slice of the pie, you think that, that's probably a little on the low side, as is the marketing. Let's take a look at the marketing first. I think with the introduction of a new sports car for Frenia, we should be tempted to go something like this, right? That last step is a little too costly. Yeah, no, that we keep it there. +4. And now for the R&D. What are we going to put this into? I mean, body is huge. It doesn't cost much. But it does make a big difference to stats. And especially prestige. So another 160k a month there for +3. I think that checks out. So now we should definitely be in the minus here. Let's see. Yes. Losing money. The economy is turning up. Selling more cars now. And I think I'm happy with this year worth of profits and losses. The taxes should be rather small. Let's see if we want to pay back another loan. Maybe a small one? Do we have a small one lying around? Remaining 9 million. Yeah, I guess. But no. I'm not sure how much money we're actually going to make now with the models getting older and stuff. Economy can be a little shit as well, as we have seen so many times already. So let's keep it around and just accept a little tax amount. Shouldn't be too bad. And next year we're... Oh, the economy! What is the economy doing? Oh, no taxes. Okay, well, that is fair enough then. Still building stock. They are a little slow on this one. Makes me concerned. But our refresh time should be shorter than 2 months. Let's hope it is. Okay, we've hit our target. We have 3 months in stock for this one. So now let's refresh our factories all at once. And I assume, being so deep into this Let's Play, you probably know how to do this, but build a new factory configuration is the point there, and then refresh the factory. And we shall see. Ooh, these are noodled down quite hard. 4 million? How long? 1 month. Easy. So, of course, no loan. 3.82 million sign off. That's all good. So this one has the Wiental there. And now the Tannenstein Tiny gets the same treatment. Refresh. Oh, this is also noodled down. Okay. This is all looking good. Yes. Sign it off. No loan. 500k. Easy. But now let's not forget the actual engine factory. Shift to this view here and build a new configuration. This one will be more expensive. Yeah, that's fine. 6 million, no loan, sign off the factory. And we progress to the main hub and get hit by a price spike. And things should be coming back to normal here. Yes, they are. And we do have some comfortable stock as well. Economy, booming. But do you remember what I said about the waves? Do you see how these lines are now extremely rapidly, compared to before, extremely rapidly converging? That means that we are on the sine part on the cross, or almost there, because like this is as rapid as it gets for convergence on these very long time frames. yeah, so we should see a general outperformance of the Western markets going forward. I'm going to remove the little stock manager orders so that everything can go back to normal. And I mean, we do see decent profits here. And we're back up to 50 million. Company valuation is really damn good. 165. I think it might be time to think about some add-ons. I mean, the design studio would be nice, but 500k running costs right now? Probably a little bit on the high side. I think we need to wait for the Karlstadt to pull that one off. Then we have the testing grounds with half of the cost. That gives us brakes, tires, and suspension tech. Out of which tires and suspension is always something that we need. And brakes, we have been using positive quality settings too, so this would not be all that bad at all. And don't forget, the most important part of this is that these don't count as new branches in your R&D. So you're not going to lose efficiency if once you have those activated, while you would lose tons of efficiency and increase your costs if you had those ticked on as well. Let me show you real quick. So this one would be, that was, let's keep this here. So this is 800k right now, right? Suspension, brakes, and wheels. So that is 330k additionally, which means that already now getting this upgrade here is actually cheaper than doing the R&D yourself, and you should always check if it is or not. These upgrades are meant for low mid to extremely large companies, but not for small companies. They're just not worth it. And maybe you can tell from the various costs here, but these are tiered in such a way that in tier 1 you are basically hiring on the regular, like once per month or something. You're hiring the entire racetrack and testing grounds, and then you do thorough tests there, but you don't have permanent access to it. So almost no build costs there, but running costs are decent, right? Then tier 2 is your own testing grounds, but a pretty simple one. And then tier 3 is all out your own racetrack and your own testing halls and your own proving grounds and everything. So that's a little bit more expensive to run and build. I am so happy to see full health bars for my factories again. Oh, wow, okay. That has moved fast now. Remember those being at 45? That was not so long ago. If they are at 45 and we've gone to 49, that means that was a pretty much 10% increase. And you can see our sales numbers rising too. It's not only the marketing, it's also the economy. But you know what? We're not really using the capacity that we have. So let's make one of them a little cheaper. How about the sports version? Because that is the one that we sell to Freunia. So if we drop this one to 70, and Freunia being a slightly poorer country, I think that will help quite... do we still have that bug where it jumps back to what it was? I think it does. Or did I just not calculate that right? No, okay. That's still a bug we have. Okay, yeah, that's fine. Except this. We should see the price come down to, let's see what it will be. Yeah, 22. So 2,000 off. And this one jumped. Whoa, okay, this one jumped a lot. Sales jumped by 50% for that model. We do have the issue of that we made tons of cash in the second half here, so I have to pay off a loan. And I think I'm going to take the bigger one here. Remaining loan 17 million. We're making so much money right now, so that's good. Almost like 5 million per month. So pay that one off. There we have it. And we do have to pay taxes regardless. We are making that much money because stock is dropping slowly. We're still feasting on what we built up before. And we still have plenty of room to go, so I'm just going to pay off that loan now in the new year as well. And now I think it is time to build the testing grounds. Just takes 6 months and then it starts ticking our tech up. Oh, yep, let's purchase this. And there's not that much to do right now. So if we wait until 67 ends, oh, well, we can go to half year. Oh, what's this? Yeah, the upgrade is finished. Let's go there. We're making a lot of money. Like a lot. 4 million a month. And we're not using the entire capacity of our factories. So we should probably up this some more. Although the economy does that for us. We still do have some stock. But yes, I think the design studio is the next one. If we are making that much cash, then I definitely think that we are in the green to finally get the level 1 of the design studio. Alright, purchase it. So if we drop the convertible as well, I think this was going to sell like crazy in Gazmere. So maybe dropping it by 20% is not the best idea. Well, it's not 20%. The price goes down by 10% then. But maybe 75. Accept this and have a look what that does to these levels that we see right there. It's already at 139, and now with the new price it is at 188. Okay, that's starting to get a little rough. Yeah, this is almost maxing us out. And look at how much money we've made this year. I think we need to buy a large plot. Yeah. But just future-proof ourselves. What do we need? We do need an engine plot, a new one. But that's just a medium. Not even a medium. But we could switch the... Did we buy a medium for... Let me check. Was this actually built on a medium? It was built on a medium. Okay, so we already have a medium plot for engine factories. Another medium there would be in order. Small would suffice, but a medium would be in order. And for car factories, we do have the large ones sitting there. Really though, we could be buying plots and then sell them later for actual profit. We could do that. Because the 10%, we already made those up. Like if we sell this one, we would be selling it for 30.8 million. Isn't that exactly what we paid? I think it was just above 30 million, wasn't it? Yeah. So this one already has broken even. And no, of course it hasn't, because opportunity costs and we didn't get paid any interest on that amount, so no, it hasn't broken even. But yeah, it's not that bad either. So new car factory it is, and a new empty plot it is, and Helvetia it is, and a large plot it is. How much are we paying for this now? 34! Huge plot is almost 100 million. No factory goes on top. We are going to employ the 1 billion Helvetians again. And we sign it off. No loan. There we go. That was a big cost. It did not include this in any spike on costs, but I do see our money dropped. Did we actually get it though? Yeah, it's sitting right there. And we tick the year and Taxman is gone. Beautiful. But you know what time it is? It is time for the Karlstadt to be done. Also, the design studio has just finished and they are finally starting to improve on the car body unlock years as well as some interior tech, which is quite valuable. Let's check how much that is. Is it? Yep. That's 320k worth of tech that we are getting there with the design studio. But this is now looking really damn nice. We can just facelift this and be ready for 1969. But this will be for the next episode to do. And then of course also make the Feinbrunn appear on the map with a little bit of a longer facelift, maybe mid-70s. And yeah, let's see how it sells. We are, with these finances, probably aiming at a medium 1 production for the Karlstadt. And that is going to be a lot of fun. Finally, a medium factory. We are right now selling 872 cars per month. Beautiful. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed. And if you did, please leave a like. And I shall see you guys next time.